Howdy, knife and tool nerds. I just want to do a little review on these new bit holders that are coming out. They're what brands I got: a Milwaukee brand, the Klein brand, and the Dewalt brand. We're going to do a little comparison and see which ones I like best and which ones you might ought to consider buying. First, we'll look at the Klein. They come with this 4 bit holders and this carabiner. Has a part number K33850, same as on the package, and it also comes with this Phillips bit. Fairly lightweight. I think they're probably made of aluminum. See down in there, just a little barrel with a little ring inside there is what actually locks it in. You'll see something here later when we get to the Dewalts. They're lightweight. I wouldn't say they're anything fancy. They probably will do the job. Let's try a bit in one and see how they operate. Again, it's very lightweight. To lock it in, you just push your bit in and it's locked. That's easy, really simple. To release it, you have to pull up on this to let that ring get out of the way. They only go in to this little locking area on the bit itself that slides past that ring, and that's what holds it in. They're not coming out. You pull on that. They're pretty secure, but you do have to pull up to release the bit. They have a little area here that keeps them from sliding up the ring. A lot of these, you put them on there, and the next thing you know, they're all spin all around, out of the way. This is to help prevent some of that, I guess. As they're hanging on your bag, you're bouncing up and down the stairs or up and down the ladder, moving your tool bag around. They're all 3 in the neighborhood of like $15 for a set. Again, this comes with 4 holders and a screwdriver and a carabiner. This is the Milwaukee version, and it is much heavier. It feels like it's just really solid. This is made of some solid metal, solid materials. It's got a part number 48-32-4537. And it comes with 5 bit holders and a carabiner. It actually screws on, so once you put it on your bag or your belt loop or however you're going to carry it, it can't open up. So, but these will slide all the way around like I was talking about. So, but they are much more heavy duty. This is, I say it weighs twice what that weighs. I don't have a scale. They're heavy. So if you're looking for something lightweight, these aren't what you want. But if you're looking for something strong, these actually look and feel much stronger. I'm going to slide this bit in here. Something else that I like, you put it in and it locks. It's not open on the other end, whereas the Milwaukee or the Klein ones, they're open. Allow dirt and dust down in there. I'm not sure how well this will keep dirt and dust out from in here anyway, but it's just a closed design. I like this part. When you pull your bit out, you can pull and it releases. You just push it in to lock it, and it only goes in to that first lock just like the Klein did. It locks, and it's got a little ball detent down in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's just a little ball down in there like a regular bit holder, bit driver would be. Just insert, and they're locked. They're not going anywhere. And I do like the idea that if this is hanging on your bag and you walk up and you need this bit, it's hanging on your bag like that, you just kind of hold this in and it pulls right out. It's very, very easy to get your bits out. Some of them you got to really struggle to hold and move around. I like that. Insert and just pull to let it out. They are very much heavier. Try it with a Milwaukee bit. I'm going to have the same result, I'm sure. Just insert it. It just pulls right out. Very nice. I like that. But again, they are heavy. And here's the Dewalt version. And I thought at first that I was going to like these the best. They're kind of in between in weight, a little heavier than the Klein version, not nearly as heavy as the Milwaukee version. I got a part number of a DWAFHLDKC5. It comes with 5 bits and a carabiner. And at first glance, it looks like you can use, if you took this off the key ring, you could use this as a driver if you had to put it in a drill or something. I don't know why you can just put this in your drill. But again, it just, you insert it and it locks in right there. Very good. But it does not come out when you pull it. You actually have to pull this to release it. And it also is held in with a little locking ring in there like the Klein version. And one thing I was noticing, you know, I've heard other people say you could use this as a bit driver if you take it off the key ring. Well, I don't think it's going to hold up. I really don't. I'm going to do the flashlight here. You can see down in there. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but you can see light. So this hex bit is probably only glued into this. And this is not form fitted. This is not a hex piece of round. It's not hex on the inside. So whatever is holding it in there is not going to be strong enough for driving bits. So just want you guys to be aware of that. It is not a bit driver. It is simply a bit holder. That's all. And like I said, they all run in the $15 neighborhood. The Milwaukee version I had to get at a Home Depot. I'm sure you can order them online. The Dewalt and the Klein versions, I got both of them at at Lowe's. So yeah, that's just not coming out. If you have to manipulate the lock to release the bit. I believe that was the same with the Klein. They slide in really easy, but they are not unlocking unless you manipulate this lock to release the bit. I do like this idea of the Klein, of the Milwaukee. You just slide it in there, and to release it, it releases it really nicely. I like that. And these are much heavier duty. But they are the weight. You can feel the weight. It's just very significantly. It's twice what these other two weigh. These are very similar. I think the Kleins are actually the lightest. And like I said, do not use these as bit drivers. They will not work. I like this Klein, or this Milwaukee. Daggum, I keep saying the wrong words, don't I? Big dummy. But the Milwaukee is heavier, much heavier duty. I like the way it releases, I really do. And if I showed you down in there, you can see the ball detent. And this also has just a little split ring that holds the bit in there in the Klein. Just like these, also have just a little ring down in there. So it looks like Milwaukee actually spent the money and the time designing something that's going to be much more secure, much more heavy duty, industrial environment, something that you carry around. These would be great for hanging on the side of your toolbox in your garage, or something that doesn't move around a lot. If I was going to be on the road, toting my bag around from job to job, all over a plant or all over the outside somewhere, I would want the Milwaukee ones. They're heavier, but they're much more secure. Just to give a little comparison, this is an old Amazon brand that I had bought originally, and they actually function just fine. It comes with this little carabiner. I think it came with 5 of these originally. Same thing, they just slide in really easily. They do not release. You actually have to manipulate it to unlock it. What's weird about these is they slide in twice. They go into the first lock, and if you keep pushing, there's another lock. I think it's just where they slide down further inside the housing there. So it's actually catching here and here. It's catching twice. So that's the intention, was to lock there, I think. But being there's so much open space up here, it slides further and it gets past that second shoulder on this bit and it locks again. So you can probably carry them either way. Just know that you got to pull it all the way out. So, and we're on Amazon. I don't remember what they cost. I bought them a couple years ago and I've had them, and so obviously they hold up just fine. Today, if I was going to go out today and buy me a set to carry, like I said, all over a plant and all over the outdoors and from job to job, I'm buying the Milwaukee ones. They are heavier, but I just think they're much better made and much stronger. And I do like being able to release it very simply. Thanks. Like, subscribe, make a comment. Thank you very much.